Hello, and welcome.
Hi there.
We've got my traditional co-host down below me right here, Mr. Chattanooga Ed, and welcome to Aquarium Domain. He has joined me a couple times in the past.
Hello, hello.
This is going to be just kind of a quick stream, I think. We'll go as long as we want, really, but we'll see how it goes. And just so that everybody knows, there is a aquarium, not a swap, but what do you call it? An auction over on Skipper's channel. If you're looking for something in particular, you might want to swing on over there. But otherwise, let's have some discussion about. I figured we'd talk about I said tetras, but probably guppies would be better, like live bears versus cichlids. The pros and cons of both. I know, Jeremy, you got a lot of both. I keep mostly cichlids. Ed, you keep mostly the live bears. Jeremy, I don't know if you keep live bears. So you keep a lot of.
No live bears at all.
Yeah. So let's say a couple highs here. Adam McReynolds, hello, Captain. He was here first. We got Uncle Smiley. How you doing, Unc? Dennis McKelvey is here. Hello, Melvin. And we got good day, Mark Sterlson, from all the way from Australia.
I was wondering why my cat just ran off and hid under the bed.
And we've got the one and only Salient Aquatics. That's all we've got so far. That's good enough for me. Let's get into it. And then you guys can participate as well. I think the chat will be going slower than normal, so I should be able to keep up. There's Aquariums by Lefty. Lefty, if you're interested in coming up, I can shoot you the link. We can make it a 4-panel discussion here if you want. Don't feel like you have to, though.
I had Lefty's channel all messed up on time yesterday.
I filled in for you, though. Poorly, but I filled in. There's
Thank
Getty
you.
Nona.
Yeah,
I told him. He says, yeah, Ed just told me that he's going out for dinner, that he might be running a little late. I said, late? Yeah, he ain't going to be here.
I thought I had another 2 hours before, and I'm looking at it. It takes like 30 minutes to get there, 30 minutes to come back. And I thought, okay, I'm going to probably be late by 15 minutes. And I was late by an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The time's way off.
Yeah, because you were supposed to go before the KG Tropicals.
Yeah, and I just totally forgot about it all, about them. And, you know, I would have just held mom and dad back and said, let's go to eat at 8 o'clock. Because didn't like a week before they want to go out to eat at 8 o'clock and you were going at 8 o'clock? Or
yeah, that's why I told him.
Exactly.
I said, he did this to me last week.
It was the exact same restaurant. But we had no wait getting in because it's a really big place. It just, for yours, there was a party going on. It really threw everything off.
Yeah, and Dad was falling asleep at the.
Oh my gosh, Dad was so bored. He fell asleep at the restaurant.
Yeah. So my thinking is, let's talk about the pros and cons of why we would want to keep the fish we keep, basically. I like the cichlids because I feel like they are a little bit more personable. I don't feel like schooling fish really interact with you much. I know there are others that disagree with that, and that's fine. I get it. But in my experience, like I've got a group of rainbows right here. They could give a rip if I'm sitting here or not. They are doing their own thing, and they don't care what I'm doing. Whereas if I walk over to the Oscar tank, he's right in the glass talking to me the minute I walk in the room. That's kind of why I gravitate that direction. Schooling fish hater.
I would.
Well, you can come up and defend them there, buddy. But
I wouldn't even think guppies are a schooling fish.
No, they're just a massive
Yes.
fish.
Yeah, they're a shoal. And but I mean, you talk about personality. I don't know if you can see these three inlers, but they're all got right behind me. And if I stick my finger up here, they're all going to come up here and try to eat it. Or not. Never mind. I shouldn't have fed them earlier. Never mind. Bad example. But normally they're like all about wherever I walk in the fish room, they're following me. You know, this is only a few babies and 5 inlers. But in other tanks where I've got lots of them, you know, it's just like
Yeah.
they just
That does have a
and
little
they're all
cool
give me
factor
some.
to it. Yeah. Depths unknown, how you doing?
I think being on mobile device, Ed, you could have just faked it. I don't think we could have tell, from the camera angle and everything.
Yeah.
They're like, oh dang, he's got my finger. Oh, I got to get out of there.
I mean, they're so little you can't even see them anyway. Now they're up there.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, now I can see them up in the corner.
But so here's the thing, though. Imagine how much more interesting it would be if there was a peacock bass in there and he put his finger in there.
Ah, yes.
Everyone would be expecting fireworks. Then you never know what could happen.
Well, I can't see them behind me swimming around.
Yeah, I can see them now.
They're kind of darting around. Well,
You know,
a
if I go
peacock
over
bass
here,
is great
if
thing
I go
about
over
them is you
here-
can eat it.
they don't care.
Or
If I
pretty
go
much
over
any
here-
Central American cichlids just going to bite you because they don't want you in their territory. So
Right. Yeah. So
either way,
I mean,
you're getting fireworks no matter what.
my Managuense, my Jaguar cichlid, he's pretty chill. He does get a little bit aggro with me sometimes, but never when I'm in the tank. Usually, if I get too close to the tank, like if I'm looking in like this, he'll come up and go right nose to nose with me. But which has got its own little cool factor there too.
My rainbows, I noticed, do the same thing as my guppies. They all run to the window, the glass, wherever I'm at.
Yeah, these do too, I guess. If I put my finger on the glass, they come to my finger. And they're just little guys. They came from Foxy and Pep. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't even know if you guys gonna have to tell me. Are rainbows egg scatters, or are they live bears, or what are they?
I would guess they're some type of egg scatter. I would guess they're an egg scatter. Do they drop their eggs somewhere? I think they just drop them everywhere.
You keep
Have you ever had them, Jeremy?
any
Yeah,
rainbows?
but I have some right now, but they're mixed. They're in a big community tank. So 600 Asian Jungle's got some Bosemani in there.
I don't think they scrape their eggs on anything or lay their eggs on anything. I think they
I
just
don't think
drop
so either.
I mean, they're from streams and rivers, right, over in Australia. So typically something that lives in a stream is going to scatter, because it's too much, it's not, there's not going to be some floating thing, right, to go lay, or make a bubble nest or whatever. Everything's moving. So
Yeah, it just gets swept away.
yeah, kind of scatter, and then the male's going to spray, whatever. Hope for the best.
Yep.
So yeah, Lefty's kind of in the same mindset as you, Ed. I mean, but that's when you're feeding them. Well, I mean, I guess you're training them to come either way, whether you feed them or not. And I know in my head, I know that they, even the cichlids, and they're not happy to see you. They just think they're getting fed. But it's cuter when an 18-inch fish is at the glass saying hello.
With my live bears, I've never had female guppies kill male guppies. Yeah, they'll eat babies maybe, but guppies are generally a nicer fish. And that's one of the stressful things about cichlids is seeing your fish fight with each other. I hate that. And that's the biggest reason I don't have cichlids is the murder.
That is a deterrent for sure. And you have to be careful, and you have to always have a backup plan and a plan for the backup plan, because you can never They could be fine for. I had my 210 had cichlids, all kinds of them in there. Got along fine for 3 years, and then just one day, not anymore. Oscar was ripped up. The Managuense looked like he had been beat on for a while. So obviously those two had gone at it. Had to separate them out.
And if it would be a two-way fight and both two fish are fighting, it's different. But it seems like it's always 90% of the time, it's always just one fish tearing the heck out of another fish.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I hate that. So that's why I don't really do cichlids. I've had huge African communities that have worked really well. You know, you overpopulate the Africans and it disperses aggression and everything's great. But
Is that what you're going to do with your Lake Tanganyika tank there, Jeremy? Are you going to just overstock it to the point where they are forced to get along because they can't single out one fish?
Yeah. I mean,
Excellent.
I think in a tank that size, you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to overstock. No. I mean, kind of like my Malawi's, the 750 Malawi tank. It's definitely not overstocked. And actually when they were all in the 125, right? Well, I guess maybe as they got adults, you could consider that. But I mean, when the 125 was heavily planted with those guys in there, even though there was a ton of them, there wasn't aggression, right? There was no sight lines, and then the new one, there's so much territory and everything that I would say it's only maybe 1/3 or 1/2 stocked right now, and they're all chill. So,
but that's
I think space matters too. I mean, I think the overstocking is more important if it's a smaller tank because it's already contention because they're really not liking the fact that they're in a 40 gallon or a 75 or something, you know.
right.
So it's just it doesn't really meet like minimum specs in my opinion. Rip and I've talked about this like the way a big cichlid acts. You put an Oscar in a 75, he's a demon. You put him in a 125, he's so. You put him in a 300 gallon, he's pretty chill. Anything bigger than that, everybody considers him wussy fish. You know, all the big, people
Right.
keep the big stuff, so they chill out. You know.
Yeah, they big time.
So I think with a lot of the Africans, you really only have to get up into a couple 100 gallons before they really start, chilling out.
so what's the cat doing? He's walking over to the other side.
Yep. Got
Really
a tail in your nose. Yeah, that's
super slow.
That's so true too. Because if in my 55 grow out tank, I had a red, it was albino red that I was growing out with a. I always screw up the first name, but basically an Argentinian Vieja.
Yeah, Vieja Argentina, right?
Yeah.
Silver cichlid, yeah.
Yeah, the silver, and then there was also a red terror in there. All of them were very small. Actually, the red Oscar was the biggest one out of the bunch, and it was fine in there for months. And I did a live stream with a guy by the name of Ed knows him, California.
Mexicali?
No. He's an older guy. He's not even streaming anymore.
He lives in California, or that was part of his channel name?
No, he lives in California. God dang it.
From Bakersfield?
I don't know.
Big
dude.
Oh my gosh.
He had a really big tank too.
He had a lot of big tanks.
Yeah, that he built himself basically.
He plays fantasy football with us. How do I can't think of his name. This is what happens when you don't take a nap before a show.
Anyway, I did a stream with him, and when I started, he was fine, and when I got done with the stream, he was up against the filter, getting pulled up on by the suction of the filter, just shredded. So I separated him out, and I hoped for the best, but he did not make it. So I'm like, just like that, the little switch was flipped. And see you later. He was a good-looking fish too. So I started again. I got what they call a chili.
Rasbora?
No, the chili red Oscar. And it just
Oh,
turned
yeah.
out it just turned out to be a albino red.
Albino red. Yeah.
Yeah. When I bought him, I don't know what they were feeding him, some kind of growth hormone or something, because he was that dark brick chark, like it was an odd color orange red when I bought him. And the
Well,
longer I had him, the more orange, traditional orange he went.
yeah, every Oscar, even ones that aren't selectively bred, when they're babies, their colors are more intense, because they don't stretch out. And if you take a baby Oscar and you feed it a bunch of krill or something like that, it'll get really red looking versus it won't have that effect when it's bigger because the pattern tends to break apart some,
Yes, it kind of separates out. Yeah, if you notice, anybody who's kept Oscars, they can see, hey, Muppet, getting ready for bed, but wanted to say hi. Hello.
Hi, Muppet.
Yeah, their pattern actually changes too. I mean, I bought one based when he was little, based on the pattern he had. This is early on before I realized that they changed. I'm like, oh, that's such a cool pattern. And then I had him for a year, and it's like, man, I can't even remember what the pattern was I liked so much, but that ain't it.
I've had that happen about every single time I bought a red tiger Oscar. I think.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a red tiger.
Yeah. They never hold. Whatever they look like when they're little, it never holds.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it looks bad when they get bigger, just different,
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, don't go buying a baby like a little guy thinking that he's going to stay looking like that for its whole life, because it's not. So, Ed, which fish? I know we kind of covered a little bit of this last week, just quickly. What fish are you looking to still pick up, if any? Like if you like if you were to find your dream fish right now, what would that be?
Well, right now I'm looking for Madakas or
Hey,
some type
scuba.
of rice fish for cold water, but that's not a dream fish. My dream fish is, and I'm actually in desperate need for like 2 male Liberty mollies because I bought 7 of them. Actually, I bought 8 juveniles about a year ago at the Atlanta Aquarium Club meeting, afterwards when everybody's doing their little auction. And they all turned out to be female.
Oh,
And
bummer.
one died. So, but 7 of them are huge, unhit females. And I don't have any boys to tango with the girls.
I was reading Lefty. What were they? What were they?
Liberty mollies?
Oh, the Liberty Molly. That's right.
I think Ed's got an opportunity here. The first all female harem Liberty Molly tank on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's but you know what? You can put any silver mollies in it. These girls don't have color.
You got to do the slightly deceptive thumbnail and title, so they're expecting a beta sorority, then they get a Liberty Molly sorority when they click through.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be hilarious.
Just for the comments, it'd be.
Check out these patriotic fish. Patriotic girls.
I do one of these until I got this sorority. I never knew I loved beta fish so much, and which doesn't mean that they're beta fish, but kind of implies it.
Lefty says,
and
"Wait, you're telling me that that fish change colors as they age? What? My beta isn't going to stay red forever?"
Oh my gosh!
I don't know if a beta would or not. I've never been able to keep them except for my first one.
Well, forever for a beta is like a year and a half,
Yeah, right. They don't change much in that amount of time.
It's not enough time,
I did a live stream at Rob's Fish Store. It was before the live stream we did together, Whip, and somebody said, "I gotta buy that beta that I showed." And so we went through it step by step, and she said, "Which one?" Sent pictures, and she said, "Yeah, that one." And so I bagged it and I mailed it to her the next day. And when it got to her, she says, "That's not the one." And I'm like, that was the red one that had the blue dots that you wanted. And she said, well, this is more of a teal or something, you know. She's like, I wanted the red one, not a purplish one. It's like,
Yeah, you cannot make everybody happy. Sometimes you can't make anybody happy.
yeah. And I mean, Rob cannot ship fish. He's got to have a different license to ship fish out of state. So she bought the fish, and I was nice enough to pay for the shipping and just mailed it to her. And then she was mad. It's like,
Your deeds never go unpunished, Ed.
Nope.
I know.
Scuba says if they find if he finds any rice fish on the auction, and just so everybody knows, if anybody come in since I started, the Skipper's auction is going on right now. So if you're looking for something, a fish in particular, today
But
might
so,
be
so
your
we can
day.
compete with that, we're going to auction off Ed for a dinner date. You can take Ed to dinner with you
Yeah, right.
for one time. So if
One
you win
time.
the auction,
Do I have to
Ed's
pay for
choice on
dinner?
restaurant. Ed gets to pick the restaurant. Yep.
Lefty says the color change in betta fish is crazy. I've seen them go from dark blue to like crazy yellows and oranges as they get older. Really, I've never been able. I kept one for about 7 years, like right out of the gate, back in like '93. Not knowing what I was doing, I had them in a vase with some pothos, no filtration, no aeration, no nothing. All it was, no heater, nothing. It was just a bowl of water with a plant in the top, and it lived for 7 years. Now I tried it in a 14-gallon cube with filtration and heater and lighting and all that stuff, and I can't keep them for a year and a half. I mean, if I get a year and a half, I'm happy.
Growing up, I always had a betta in every single one of my 10 gallons and 20-gallon tanks at the top. You know, I'd swim around at the top in every community tank I ever had. And they lived forever. And now they get tumors and die.
Yeah, they just right away. I mean, it's just crazy.
So
Like
I just made my first set of glasses ever. Wire glasses.
Oh, those for Lefty?
They are for Lefty. I got to put on glasses just to get them on his head.
Jason says bettas don't last long in his hard ass water. Hey, I see ya.
Yeah, I don't remember what my water was like in Kansas City. But I imagine it would have been hard because all my dad's fish he bred.
I don't know what
Like
it was in
water.
Rockford. I'd have to go over there and test the water again. I never even knew what testing water was until like, I don't know, 98.
That was my dad's job.
I might have been out of that. I might have been out of that house before I learned. Yeah, I think I was. Internet. Because I was here when we got our first internet computer. I had like a typewriter computer that, you know, you put the literal floppy disk in, you do your thing, you type it out, then you save it to this floppy disk, and then I don't even remember what you did with it at that point. It was just a waste of time, but it was cool because I didn't have one before.
Took it over to someone's house who had a computer.
Yeah, right. A real one.
My favorite game ever was, I think it was called Wayne Gretzky, and it was more of a spreadsheet than a game, and all the hockey players would play each other, and then you just look at how many shots and goals and assists they got and penalties, and we figured out how to make our own players. So we made everybody from our conference, high school conference, would have them play, you know, and look at their stats, and it was great.
Hey, Miss Dee Dee.
But as great as it was, boy, that was really geeky too.
Yeah, right. What about you? What's your? I know you've got some plans coming. I'm not looking for you to give away any upcoming secrets or anything, but do you have anything you got in mind that you can talk about?
Yeah. I got a ton of stuff on the list. I just wish I could get to it all. It's the new regime kind of has me working a lot of 12-hour days, so it's been painful.
Yeah.
But obviously the 1,200-gallon Tanganyikan tank and the lagoon tank, the old Predator Bay, turning into all the community saltwater fish going in there.
Yeah, that'll
That
be
should
cool.
happen first, but it's a lot of work escaping that thing and moving the rock over from the other system, and you kind of got to do it in short order because once you move all that out of there, the other system's going to be down a lot of water, and you're taking a lot of the the filtration of live rock out of there for the other fish. So you either got to make a whole bunch more salt water, which has a cost to it, just to fill it up, just to then move them over. It's
Right.
like, and it's obviously easier to catch them out of a huge tank if you lower the water level down. So you're kind of just punting on that water. So trying to do it in a smart way, but I really need a block of time. Like I need to have like a 2 or 3 days in a row where that's priority number one each day, until it's done, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's one of those ones you got to get in the ladder, climb inside the tank, and do it all like sort of. It's crazy how much it takes out of you when you sort of got to crouch down and work. It's like it's just painful.
Yeah, for sure. Just doing like yard work, where you're down on your hands and knees. I don't know how much of that you do, but yeah, that can be brutal. Do you?
I got 5 acres, so I do a lot of yard work too.
I just cut some boards on the table saw today, and my back was spasming.
Yeah, well, you've been suffering from that for the last week, so I would imagine anything you do right now is going to do that to you until you give it some time to recover.
And actually, you know what? We were talking about rainbow fish earlier. I'll give you a hint on the last tank in the annex, the 12-foot one. It's only maybe 2 feet wide or so.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about naming that the Bentley Pasco tank. So that'll give you an idea what's going to be featured in there.
Yeah.
Hawaiian blue guppies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ends of For some reason, as a joke, I want to call it like the Bentley Pasco Memorial, 500-gallon aquarium for kids who can't read good and stuff, but not that he's dead or anything, but just
you may
he might get glaucoma or something.
Yeah.
Sort of combine it with the Zoolander thing, that little thing they were going to make for him,
How are these glasses, Lefty? I found out I should have went with a smaller gauge wire.
Yeah, you might have to redo them.
Nope,
I might
they're
have
already
to
glued to
demand
his head.
Is that a test ball or is that actually Lefty?
This is Lefty. See, look, he's got a giant left hand. I haven't painted the hand.
So just like real life. Cool.
He has his satchel. And yeah. Now people know why he's named Lefty.
He says they look great.
He needs like a giant book in his left hand, It's like...
I was thinking about making him hold a Pokemon.
Oh, that would work too.
Maybe I'll try to put a Pokemon in a plastic bag and then fill it with resin and make it look like he's got a fish bag, but with a Pokemon in it. Lefty,
think it
do you got
doesn't
any
matter,
little
Lefty.
fish Pokemons?
Lefty says, "Ooh, is this a bad time to tell you I'm ambidextrous?" And I'm like, "Not really, because your name is Lefty."
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, you can be using all 4 limbs. It doesn't matter. Your name is Lefty. Cat House, what's going on?
It used to be Lefty lots of numbers though, so we can't do that anymore. So
Yeah, right.
I was thinking I could have numbers all over them.
That's
Jason wants to know. Jason wants to know if there's a whip figurine, and I can say yes, there is. I don't know that it's nearby.
It actually is.
There it is. There's the old whip figurine.
I don't know why, but I feel like there should be some collaboration between Ed and the person who does the punk cards, the fish punk cards.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Kyle from
Yeah,
Outside In.
outside in. Yeah, it seems like there should be some synergy here. You know.
Oh, I was watching the Peas show yesterday. And does Kyle make a big size card and a sticker? Or are they all just little bitty and Stephen P just has a little bitty hands? But it looked like he was holding like baseball sized cards in his hands. But
Yeah,
look
they're
at
baseball.
Yeah, I thought it was just baseball cards.
Yeah.
this is not baseball. Look, it's
No,
like
that's normal. I've got a bunch of those.
well, yeah, but does he make baseball card ones?
I need to I wasn't going to open mine up until later, but I can open them up and see. I think
Well-
that's pretty much what they look like.
Okay, maybe Steven just has very dainty hands for a very big guy.
You know what? He
Yeah,
might have switched because I thought I remember seeing him on a stream where he was talking about the cost being like different.
Also,
Like
there's stickers and there's cards. So if that's a sticker, it might be smaller.
Oh man, I wish I would have bought the cards. Oh well. And I think they're all sold out now. I've got to find out.
I've been pestering Jeff Kane to get me one of those last two boxes, but he ain't biting. The lunch bucket that has the golden ticket in one of them. Not necessarily one of those two, but there's a golden ticket, and you can be your own Cabbage Patch Kid or whatever he's calling them.
How much do those buckets cost? Or did?
I think they're gifting them, so you have to win them or get gifted one.
hey, wait, are you saying if you get this lucky ticket, he'll make a card out of you, like a punk card?
Yep.
We need to try to find the most generic person ever, so he has like nothing to go with for the card. It's like, my name is Bill White. I keep like white mollies or something. Just
Yeah.
nothing.
I like minnows.
Yeah, I keep a 10-gallon minnows.
I'm a native fish guy. Boring native fish because they don't get enough love.
My favorite pastimes are to sit quietly in a chair and
Got Uncle Smiley done. Except I still have to paint his chest. But there's Uncle Smiley. I made his head really creepy.
what's on his face? Oh, a smiley thing.
A happy
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Because he's Uncle Smiley. And look, he's got like bloody fists.
Because he's a cage fighter or something, or
Yep. Most people don't know it, but he is the flyweight Atlanta cage boxing champion.
Okay.
nice.
I don't know if that's a thing, but I bet you if it is, he'd be in charge or the top guy.
Are either of you members of KG Tropicals? Or just
I
sub?
was. I don't
Yeah,
think
just
I
sub
am
for me.
anymore.
I was
I subbed.
they did a members only live stream last night after their show, and he had 9 of us up there, himself, so total of 10. I think that's your limit too, right? And
Yeah.
when you pay for it, I think you can have more people up there. So it was a panel of 10. It wasn't too bad. There was a little bit of talking over each other, but for the most part, it went pretty well. It was fun, but in the time that it took me to get to this point in the story, I forgot what my point was. So we'll move on.
Larry D's here.
Hey, Larry D.
Larry,
I
did
bet
everyone
you-
get to talk in that thing?
What's that?
Did everyone actually even get to talk? I feel like that many people, you maybe got a couple people that it's are going to give up trying to get their word in if you got some more aggressive talkers, that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, I tried not to dominate the conversation. Lefty could tell me if I did or I didn't, but he didn't say much of anything. But I think he did that on purpose. There was opportunity for Lefty to talk, and he just chose not to for the most part. He did get a few things out.
Just seems to be difficult to
Lefty
balance
didn't
it
talk
out, you
so
know?
blah blah.
I spent almost 4 years every Tuesday in a meeting with him. That's crazy. Him, Jason, Carrie, and me. And we would plan Aquashella events. And then we'd have some of the big wigs come in. Oh, and sometimes Flip from Flips Aquatics.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Anyway, one of the guys that were in there, because everybody's camped in front of their tank. He had, I can't remember his name. How pathetic. I should have wrote it down.
Paul?
Huh?
Was it Paul?
Hall?
Paul.
No.
Was
It's
it Don?
nobody
Was it
I know.
Donnie?
He had a huge tank, like a 650-gallon tank.
Was he an American?
Yes. And he was giving John a hard time, which was fun.
And he was a boy?
Yeah. But he had
Raymond?
he had a Evan, that's right. He had a fire.
Good job, Jeremy.
I actually said Raymond, but it kind of sounds like Evan.
I know. Well, I got him there.
It was bigger than this. It had to have been that big around, swimming around in
Oh.
there. And I've got one that's only this long, and I'm like, that might be coming to live with you, John.
When we build your house down here, we may have to build you some giant tanks. We'll have to have Jeremy come down too and teach us how to do it.
We could do a total.
I already told him that's pretty much what we're doing,
Yeah.
Oh, you're awesome.
Yeah.
I think if you take the guesswork of just asking, it makes it smoother. Just we're doing it.
Yeah, right. Oh my goodness, Lefty's got all the names. Nick, Curtis, Evan, Crazy in Love Asian, something like that. Susan, Brent, and Diane.
Susan, the fish mom?
No, this was a different Susan. I really didn't know any of them other than Lefty. Lefty, did you know who they were? Were you familiar with any of them? Hey, Ross, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Ross.
So yeah, Lefty and Dennis both got it right. Evan. But his tank was amazing. I mean, it was so clear. Like a lot of our tanks have that tannin kind of yellowish haze a little bit, maybe a little brown or yellow. His were like looking out a window.
Jason from Depths Unknown was here. I don't know if he still is here.
He's the one that asked if there was a whip. Knew the names, not the faces. I was impressed though. I was impressed with what he had going on. Of the 10 of us up there, he definitely had the most action going on because of course the glass was kind of like yours, Jeremy, where if you sat in front of it, it would basically take up your whole body.
The whole screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Was the whole thing considered a success? Having the people up and all that, like.
He said so. I haven't talked to him like off the side yet, but maybe Lefty has. I don't know.
Were the people on the stream enjoying it, kind of thing, or?
Yeah, I think everybody was having a good time. We went for what, 2.5 hours, something crazy.
Wow.
He said that this went exactly how I wanted it to. I left them alone since they were going up to VA today. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, nobody would talk to him because he went to that favorite fish store that he likes.
Something Unlimited. Right?
Yeah. Aquariums Unlimited.
And Reptiles Unlimited now, I think, actually.
Yeah, he definitely has. He had just added that when we were there last year, I think. Geez, time goes by so fast. I think it might have been over a year ago.
How many peeps were in the like watching the member stream?
I couldn't see that number. He couldn't. When I told him where it was on his screen, he's like, it says 0, and I'm like, well, we definitely got more than 0 because the comment
Chat, yeah.
section was the chat was lit up. So
Well, that's good.
650 gallon. Yeah, that's what I thought. And Dennis says that he thought it was good for a first run. We did have a little technical glitch right at the beginning where because StreamYard has changed so many things. He couldn't, kind of like you, he could not hear anybody. And he had to take off his mic, I think he had to do. He had to switch out his mic and just use like the computer. So it wasn't great sound. I mean, it was good enough. You could hear him and there was no issues, but he wasn't thrilled with the idea that he had to just kind of shout because then Lisa's on the other side. You could barely hear her. And then she came over and sat next to him.
I have noticed whenever I have more than 5 people in, like on StreamYard, one person I can normally never hear. And it's always the same people, like Chris from AutoZone or AquaZone. He normally goes really bad for me. Or like that Kyle. No, not Kyle. Oh my gosh. The guy he plays a monk sometimes in D&D.
Yeah, Kylo. He hasn't been around much that I've seen.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren? No, that's not right.
Well, that's actually, I see the number Lefty threw out there. That's a good size, where everyone can participate highly, 50, 60 people, in the whole chat and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then what Dennis is talking about, I don't know if either one of you saw the last Thursday show, but for whatever reason, you can be gifted a membership, whether you're in the stream or not. And I have not been able to become a member of that stream, because I've got the Google Pay issue going on, so I can't.
You're on the ban list because you won't send Google your social security card and driver's license.
I did. I've actually
you broke down?
I did it, but they want, because I used my company credit card that is issued to another guy. Yeah, they want me to ask him for his driver's license and social. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, anyway, right.
Yeah. I actually had to create another YouTube account on a different server with a different credit card. I went with my wife's credit card because I didn't want any ties to my Whips World, just in case, because I have another YouTube account that is kind of, both of them are tied together, and both of them neither one of them can buy or receive anything like that. So I'm like, oh shit. So anyway, long story, boring. Kylo Ren killed Han Solo.
Yeah, Kylo sucks.
I was like begging people, come on, people. This is before I created the account. I said, you're not trying hard enough. Let's get me a membership. And man, people went nuts. I mean, like almost 200 to 250 memberships were bought last Thursday.
Now they're going to be pissed to find out they couldn't get you one in. There was no possible way, so they're going to feel duped,
No. I mean, I can, because I went into.
Oh, you can now. Okay, all right.
I can, just not there for some reason. I don't know why.
But is it the new thing? It's a new account, right?
Oh, it had nothing to. This is all before that. This all like I was begging for a membership. They were trying and trying and trying. Never did get one. Over 200 people or 200 memberships were bought. I went into Jason and Joanna's primetime stream afterwards. Within the first like 2.5 minutes, somebody bought a 5-pack of memberships, and I got one. So I'm like, see, I mean, it's not that I can't receive them. I just can't receive one at KG Tropicals. And
Just
and
needed
they
5
tried to
more
get
over there. They gave up too early.
Yeah, that's what I kept saying. I said, "You're not trying hard enough."
We'll have to try that next time we are on my show. Here we go.
Yeah, right.
I tell you, when they demonetized me for that 3 months, I lost 2/3 of all my subs. That sucked.
Yeah, I bet. And
Subs or members?
members.
Oh, members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who was it? Was it Too Coolie for Schoolie came in and said, "Why am I not a member anymore?" And
Yeah,
that's
and
because
so
when you
did
got demonetized.
June. So did June.
But like,
She said that too.
no, it's like somebody buys a single membership and it goes straight to Whip and it's over. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's that'll be. Nobody wants it. A sub for my channels or a membership. So some of you'll buy 5 and 4 will sit.
It just says like refunded by recipient.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that was crazy. And then on Friday before the member stream, I bet you they bought another 50. I bet you at least 50. And not all of them are trying to get me a membership, but it was kind of fun because I was egging them on and they were participating. So close to 300 memberships were bought in the last 2 streams.
Wow.
Mandarin Gobe, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I had about 150 some, and now I have like 50 some. That sucks. Oh well, I don't do very good at offering good stuff to my people either.
Yeah, that's what I'm a little bit nervous about. If I ever do get monetized, if Google Pay ever figures out how to get out of their own way and reinstate me, I'm going to have to come up with something, for the members that do join, if anybody does. Because I mean, what can you do with only like 7 or 8 tanks? You can only do so much. So it's
But you
going to
can
have to
make
be
action
something
figures
creative.
of them.
No, that's your gig, dude.
I know. Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, so we'll figure something out.
Look, I'm blowing into Lefty's face.
Why are you doing that? Stop doing that.
I'm trying to get his glasses to dry on his head. His hair's too big, and it doesn't allow me to get it over his ears. See, his hair goes over his ears. So I can't hook it over his ears. So I cut it and just pushed it towards his hair and then glued it onto his head.
Mandarin Goby, Dade Sherman says, "Did you ever keep a goldfish or koi in your hobby whip?" I've kept both. I never kept the koi long term, just because I don't have a 58,000 gallon pond or 30,000 gallon pond, whatever size. What size do you have, Jeremy? Yours has got to be what, multiple thousands, right?
For my koi?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just a hair under 3,000.
Yeah. So I don't have that kind of space for a koi, but I've kept goldfish. Any particular reason you're asking? Do you have some?
What are you asking?
Yeah, the membership offering was weird because, like, what do you do? It's a niche. This niche is so hard to do stuff others do. This niche is so hard to do stuff others do. You mean it's hard to do stuff that they're not doing? That's something that they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." I get that, because otherwise you're just doing the same thing that they are doing. What are we doing?
I just
What is
made a
that?
Pokeball.
Oh,
I'm going to cook this, and then I'm going to paint it, and then he's going to hold it, and he's going to have a whole satchel full of Pokemon balls.
I'm not going there.
And what was the Pokemon game where you walk around, like in public real life and use your phone? Yeah.
Pokemon on
Yeah.
the Go or Go
Pokemon
Poke?
Go.
Or-
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if
played
Lefty
it.
ever played that. You could put like VR goggles on him and have his, like he's using his giant hand to attack a Pokemon or something,
Yeah. Jason's
But-
on it. Pokemon Go.
or
I
whatever you
was
do.
in negotiations for almost 3 months, contract negotiations for the union. So most of the time it was us just sitting there waiting for management to write up new proposals. And then they would give us their proposal and they'd say, okay, you guys can counter, but try to make it quick. And they'd want us to counter in an hour, but they spent 48 hours, on their counters and stuff. It used to drive me nuts. But I sat there and played Pokemon Go for 2 months. And I had one of the guys in the group made it so I could change my GPS to anywhere on the world. And so I would go to like Sydney, Australia and Hong Kong and New York City and catch my Pokemons where they were all
Oh,
at.
without actually being there? That's kind of weird. I've never even heard of
Yeah.
that. Usually you have
Yeah,
to go to the Pokemon.
Yeah, but if you have that GPS cheat,
You have to trick your phone into thinking it's wherever.
Yeah.
yeah, I have GPS cheat. So that way my insurance company, because they give you 20% off if you have their app on your phone. I just say my car is always parked in my driveway.
Well, all right.
So that way they can't see if you're speeding or driving too much. Well, it looks kind of like this.
Kind of, sort of.
It's like whenever I rob
GPS.
banks, I always leave my phone at home. That way I have evidence. I was at home.
That's really smart. You need to have a
Jason
burner
says
with
it's
you
called
for that kind of
spoofing.
stuff.
GPS spoofing. Lefty
it's a
said,
really good
no, I
thing to
like
do.
all the generic suggestions of what to do with memberships is stuff we already do with the people that we're talking to on a regular stream. And I'm no expert to make expert videos. Yeah, me either. See, I got that same issue.
I tell you, it was sure a lot of fun doing that GPS or not GPS AI questions this week, Whip, on my
what?
show. I had a lot of fun going through those
Yeah, that
GPS
was,
fish questions.
yep, that was fun.
That's probably what it's like when you're Jeremy and have millions of people asking you questions.
Yeah, right.
You have to make AI people to ask questions.
Can I have one goldfish or two with some nearite snails in a 20-gallon long or 29-gallon tanker tote? Well, I guess it would depend on the goldfish, but most goldfish get way, way, way too big for a 20.
Yeah, I mean, I had 2 goldfish and a 55, and I still have them, but I'm constantly doing water changes. Like every week, I have to do a water change in that tank because they're such a dirty fish. And you can't have plants in there because the goldfish are going to eat your plants.
Or dig them up. They love pulling them
Yeah.
up out of the substrate.
So what I have tile. I took tiles that you would have for a backsplash in a bedroom or not in a bedroom, in a kitchen. And I put that at the bottom of the tank so to have a pretty bottom. And then I have a golf ball in there for them to push around and a giant sponge filter. It's not too exciting for the poor guys,
Nah.
but the golf ball actually does occasionally go from one side of the tank to the other. So they do push it.
You could kind of sort of get away with one in a 20.
I don't think for very long.
I can't, I don't know what that is. X vary? I'm not good at reading outside the box. One after that, you'd probably want to go up 10 gallons per. On the fancy ones, aren't the fancy ones the smaller ones? Do they stay kind of small, like the
I
black
almost want to say
Mine are about this big. They're 2 years old. They're fantail. They're Moors, black Moors.
Are there ones called Orandas that are kind of small, just kind of like golf ball size?
A Miranda will get the size of a volleyball too, or not a volleyball, but a softball. So I think they all get about the size of softballs.
You know the little guys though that have like the fan tail.
Yeah. Well, my black Moor doesn't have a. Well, I had one of. I had Rex show one that he won medals with. That was like a super fancy pants one that was valuable. It passed away finally. I felt terrible, but you know they die. It was about that big, and you know it had tons of fanage, giant fins, but it was the size of a volleyball easy.
Hey, Krieger, what's going on, buddy?
Not a volleyball, a softball. I think they just sell them as babies, but they get a lot bigger.
Hey, Nader.
I don't know about the ones. I haven't seen any really big ones that don't have fins on their backs.
Like your comets and your what's the other one? The comets and the comets and something. You know where they're just a single tail, but those get huge too. I mean, they get foot long or bigger. The veil tail get roughly 4 inches. Well, at 4 inches, you probably can get away with a couple, 2 or 3 and a 29 maybe. But man, you'd be doing water changes all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say every time I remember seeing YouTube videos where they had like veil tails and stuff, the tanks were always like bare bottom and they were changing water all the time and everything. And
it's nonstop.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, that the whole thing didn't seem appealing at all. But.
No,
it's not.
Shabumpkins get big. They're not. They don't get as big as koi, but they get big.
They're about the same as like a Sarasa common, you know, like that 10 inches or so, or, you know.
Yeah.
They get tall too. Like they all get pretty tall. We pull them out of the water.
Oh wow. Depths Unknown keeps his pothos and his Anubias with his goldfish.
That's what. Oh, maybe I just.
Hey, Jason.
No, that's what Manner and Gobi said too. But a lot of fish leave Anubias alone for whatever reason.
Jason, would you like a big black Moor? That sounds so weird.
Gonna say something, but I better not.
Personally, now knowing what I know, I wouldn't do golds in anything smaller than a 55. My Mumbuna leave Anubias and Java moss alone. Yep, Anubias is really kind of, you know, universally, whatever. Everybody seems to not like it, fish-wise, to eat.
Like, yeah, I read that they say that fish don't like the taste, but also something about the way the fibers grow in the plant leaf. They like overlap. It's like it's not like a normal leaf when you bite on it. It doesn't tear. It's like strong, you know.
Right. Yes, too thick, too rubbery or whatever.
Well, something like the way the fibers they crisscross are like pulls against it. So like when the fish bite on it, they don't like it. You know, it's like under rubber or something, and doesn't feel natural to them or something. But
Jason,
I've never personally eaten one, so can't say.
He's like, a big black what now?
That's in the after-hour stream with Ed tonight at midnight.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I might be able to drop it off at your house on my way to the Clash because of where you live. I think I drive through your town.
Maybe it tastes bitter. Ha ha. Captain McReynolds says, one day I'll have to show you everyone my sturgeons. Yeah, and I know sturgeon come in different sizes. Like some of them only get to be, 3 feet, and some of them get to be 12, 15. So depending on what you got, you might. Well, you have a big pond though, don't you? Don't you have a an actual pond out back? I thought I remember you telling me that, unless I got you confused with somebody else. So Congo tetras are known to nibble at it.
When I was a little kid, there was this pet store that had in the middle of the pet store they had a big it was a big square pond. Maybe I don't know. As a little kid, it seemed huge, but whatever it was like big enough I could walk up as a little kid. The entire top of it was mostly duckweed, except for where they had some bubblers going. But it had sturgeon in it, and they were big. And so it was sort of this thing. As little kids, you would dare to put their hands in there with the other kids, and then
Yeah.
you know pull it out before they'd come. They would just come to sort of see what it was, right? But it was like not being able to see them coming, and then it was definitely it was funny. As a little
One of
kid.
the funniest videos I've seen, and I'm hoping it's funny and not tragic. Do you guys watch shorts at all? Like
Sometimes.
outside.
Depends on who's wearing them. That's
There was this, you know how in the aquariums, the professional aquariums, they occasionally throw a chick in the water and give her some
Chick?
fins. Chick, woman, lady.
Well, I was thinking baby birds.
No, and she swims down there pretending like she's a mermaid. You've
Yes.
seen that, I'm sure, at some point. There's a clip that I've seen a half dozen times as I'm scrolling through, and she's like just kind of sitting in front of the glass doing the hovering thing, and what looks like to me a big sturgeon goes right over top of her head, and like inhales her whole head, like just.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
that.
like, I'm like, what happened? And then, of course, she panics and it lets go because, it's not something they could eat. And she just darts to the surface. I think I probably would too. There might even be some trailers behind me that.
Well, the sturgeon saw that brown plant on her head going like this and thought there might be a crab or something there to get. You know?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah,
So
they're
just
how you
suck up
doing?
whatever in there.
Is Jason going to the Clash?
Jason, you're going to the Clash, right? Are you still here? You were here a second ago.
Last year, Fishymon didn't come to the Clash with him.
He did not. Now they are in a different tank with some more Anubias. They haven't touched it. He will be there.
Nice.
Woo.
Nathan says, Adam, I got a 21-gallon pond. Sturgeon ain't gonna fit in that.
I feel like there should be some sort of a minimum gallage to call it a pond. You know.
Yeah, right. That's called a tub.
But if I get a divot in the ground, can I have a half-gallon pond?
Now, obviously, this isn't anything that you would be like, oh my God, that's huge, because of what you keep. But I bought a 100-gallon tub, then the Rubbermaid tubs to replace the galvanized one I had, so I didn't have to paint it. And while I was there was I might get the footage wrong, but I think he said 9 feet across, circle tub. It was a trough, but it was like a round one instead of.
That's what they had on my cousin's farm when I was growing up.
A round one?
They had a giant round one, and they kept goldfish in it just to keep the mosquitoes out, but it was for the cows to drink out of.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. If you got a bunch of cows, they can get all in it at the same time. But it was like
you don't have space for a pond, or a pond keeps drying up.
It was like $600 for. I think he said it was 900 gallons, 1,000 gallons, something like that. And I'm like, dang, that would be cool. But
not that bad of a price for that big of a container.
That's what I said. I'm like, man, I'm spending 100 for another 5. I could get that big ass thing, but I don't know what I would do with it. It wouldn't fit down here. I couldn't even get it down the stairs.
Yeah, I'd have geese in it probably.
You already have a pond. It's called a cement pond.
I just got a new robot for it today.
Did you?
Came in today because my old robot wore out and it just stops all the time. Aquavator. So now we have a new Aquavator.
Ed, you need
And
to
this one
get
has-
Whip's
This one has
friends.
camera.
What's Whitstock's company? Aquascapes.
Yeah, Aquascape.
Yeah, get Aquascapes, so they'll have make you a swim pond or like a recreational swim pond out of your pool.
Yeah, that should
Conversion.
that should cost you about 150 grand. I mean, and you'll be out. In and out.
I've ate a lot of that guy's hot dogs, Jeremy. Because he would always host the Aquashella crew.
Yeah.
So we would go there and he would, I mean, so nice that he would buy us all hot dogs and hamburgers and, you know, get to hang out and play basketball or whatever. I didn't play basketball because my back's so messed up. But John and Jason and Fish Tank Barn and James, they played 2-on-2.
You never chatted them up about the swimming pool
I wish
conversion?
I would have videoed it.
Yeah, you should have talked to him. Said, hey, I got a swimming pool. You want to come over here and convert it?
Man, if it wasn't for my swimming pool, my back, I'd be in a wheelchair probably right now because that
You can
thing.
still swim in a swim pond.
Yeah. It's a rec
Well-
swim pond. You swim with the fish.
I prefer my way.
Don't tell Greg that. Don't tell Greg that. He won't want to hear that.
But hey, I got a couple more acres. He could still build one if he ever wanted to. I think I got to get like another 950,000 subs before he does it.
Yeah. Adam McReynolds says, I will unfortunately not be attending the Clash yet again this year. My oldest dog needed a procedure, so I used my trip money on that.
You know what?
I totally understand that. Yeah, it was a good choice. The lack of Platy's petite tank. Oh my gosh. Learn to read. The lack of Patty's petite tanks made it a tough time for Fishimon. Well, it was a tough time for him too. Yeah. You and several people. I don't think Maria made it either because of that. I think she stayed home. Or maybe she had other reasons, but I think that was at least part of it.
Yeah, it was a bummer. I don't know. I think Maria has some things going on in real life too, though, because
she might. I mean,
she
I
hasn't
am not
answered a
close
text in months. So
if it wasn't for my ex, I would have made my pool a pond. Yeah, I like I don't know if you when you were at the OCA, Ed, if you went over to see OFR or not, but
I did not.
that is a pretty cool pond. That is a swimming pool. I mean, I get that you don't, you prefer your way. That's fine. I'm not saying you should change. I'm just saying that was pretty cool.
He's calling you a wuss, Ed.
I am not. No.
If you don't swim with arapaima and Peru sharks, I don't know what you're cut out for.
Well, I would have to have like channel cat and bass or something.
You put some tiger muskie in there for you.
Mine's not indoors.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, you'd have to keep the cold water species.
I mean, probably for less than $4,000 a month, you could heat it.
Yeah, just less than 4,000.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be more than that.
Well, I'll write that down as a possibility.
An option.
An option.
Of course, you'll probably get raided by the cops. They'll think you have a grow operation going on or something.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have a new car. I could have like 5 new cars.
Yes, by far and away. Mandarin. Beta, they are just horrible for this. They live a year and a half now. They've been overbred. They get too many diseases. Now, goldfish have their own issues, but You know, they got swim bladder issues, and
Yeah, I would
but
feel like all those selectively bred goldfish are. It's like bloat, swim bladder, all that type of stuff. Just
yep.
the same way I feel with like short body fish. When you jam up all their organs in there, you just can't tell me everything's working properly. You know, it's just
You can't. Yeah.
Hey,
it's got to be
Bill,
it's got to be it's got to be compromised to some degree.
those are the same
What's
things I say about guppies. Ah,
I don't like.
coming around, coming
This is-
around.
Well, this is Depths Unknown's face. He wears glasses too a lot. Why do so many
Jason,
people in the fish fam wear glasses?
Jeremy don't. Or if he does, he never wears them on the screen. Oh, he does.
Well,
Have I seen you in
wow.
glasses before?
They're just readers. Like if I have to read small print, you know.
Yeah.
But
Keith says we're old. We need them.
they're the kind that come in a bag from Costco, and there's like 20 of them in there for like $5. You know.
Right.
Keith, are you going to be at the Clash this year?
Who? Keith?
Keith.
KG.
Yeah. I haven't heard, but I would imagine, you know, so long as you're feeling well enough. He's been at the last 2 or 3, right, bud?
Well, it's just that he wasn't feeling good, so you never know.
He doesn't know yet, depending on how I'm feeling. Yeah. And you're close enough where you can make that call. If you're over by Rico, right? I mean, that's not too god awful far away.
It's probably 5 or 6 hours, though, right?
I think that's how far
In
away Rico
Massachusetts,
is, and he should be a little bit closer yet. Yeah, 5 hour.
Yeah, say Rico's somewhere up there by the lake, very close to the lake.
Yeah, like Rico's right on the lake, and then Keith, if my mapping skills in my head are straight, he's just due east.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, one of the colleges 2 years ago, we took my son for visits and stuff. Was probably about 45 minutes from Rico, but
That looks pretty good for Jason.
Yeah.
Nice.
Near Albany.
There we go.
Okay. And Lefty's 5 hours away as well. Completely the other direction, though.
you left these Connecticut, right?
Wait, Keith,
Yes.
aren't you in Massachusetts?
No, he's in Albany, New York.
Kenny's over in Albany, ABC Biojoke
He's
Creation.
in Marblehead. I think
Kenny,
he's
yeah,
like
Kenny,
near Marblehead,
ABC, yeah.
Massachusetts.
Who?
Well, he says that he's by Albany, but he didn't say which state. Maybe there's an Albany, Massachusetts.
I remember Rico saying that Keith is one of the closest YouTubers that he in his.
Directions to Albany, Massachusetts. Yeah.
Here are your directions.
Keith is just 13 hours and 18 minutes from me.
Kenny is 10 minutes from him. Oh, nice. Do you guys talk to each other at all, or is he kind of a recluse? Or maybe you're a recluse. I don't even.
Kenny's definitely not a recluse. But I mean, Kenny's got a lot of kids now. He's had a couple newborns last few years.
Yeah,
so
right. So
he's got to be a busy man.
Otherwise occupied. I don't think.
Plus, actually, he works doing stage work, and my brother-in-law does as well. They're in the same union and everything. And a lot of times, the way that work does, you'll go off somewhere and you'll be there for a stint.
Mhm.
So it's got travel and everything.
I have a book for Kenny. I keep forgetting to give it to him every clash for the last 2 clashes. Well, last year he wasn't there.
I can't
Yeah,
believe one time Whip and I were talking, and the distance from him in Illinois to Maryland and the distance from him in Tennessee to Maryland is almost exactly the same.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know why in my head Chicago just seems so much further away than, Middle Tennessee.
How far is
Nope.
your house from my house, Whip?
The one I'm in or the one I'm going to?
The one you're in.
It's probably going to be about 10 hours, maybe 11 for you to drive.
Ouch.
Let me look real quick. Jeremy, tell me about how awesome your tanks are.
I'm going to have to leave really early in the morning.
They're like this awesome, Whip.
I thought they were more like this awesome.
Hey, let's not get crazy,
Well, if yours are only this awesome, then mine are like this. But most of my fish are like this, so that makes sense.
Actually, I mean, if you're into live bears, my aquarium channel is like the worst one on the internet. It's nothing for you. And I was just thinking, like, I got a boatload of community fish, and I love them. But every tank that has community fish in there also has cichlids because I have geos or angels or discus. You know what I mean? Only the new one, the 125 Nano, is the only one that really just highlights community fish. The other ones all have a bunch of big cichlids that kind of, at least in my opinion, steal the show from the other guys. But
only show I think I watch just for guppies is Doug Gray's. Guppy, like he does videos once in a blue moon. Do you know who Doug Gray is?
I don't know.
Nope, I don't know who he is.
He's one of the oh my God, what's the fancy guppy, the FGA? Well, there's like this huge guppy association. I'm a member of it and I can't think of the letters. But
He's Snobs of America.
Yeah, well, that's what they seem to be, really. But he is like one of the few super nice guys in the clubs, and he'll show and teach you how to have really good guppies. Pull it down just a little.
Yeah, I don't want to show your address.
Oh, I don't care. Well,
You don't care?
Well, I mean, you don't have to show my address, I guess, but if we could just see where it connects or something, because I don't know what you're trying to show me. Right now, you're just showing me the tip.
Busted. He lives in Chattanooga.
10 hours, 4 minutes.
Oh,
638 miles. So,
youchers. So I'm gonna have to leave early in the morning on Friday.
and you know what? It's gonna be that's actual hours. You will gain an hour on your way to me, and you will lose an hour on your way home. So even though it's 10 hours, it'll feel like 11 because when you leave here and the GPS says you'll be home at this time, it'll actually be an hour after that, unless your GPS factors that in. Some of them do, some of them don't.
What time do you think we're going to leave Wisconsin to come back home?
I'm probably not going to stay Sunday, right? You don't plan on staying Sunday, or we'll leave on Sunday?
No. Yeah. I was thinking maybe I just travel with you to your house and then I'll go like 5 hours more in my car and then just find a hotel halfway down, because then I'd be home sometime early Monday.
I mean, you could just leave your car at my place and then crash here.
Well, if I crashed there on the way up, and then if I crash at your house on the way up, then on Sunday night, I'll just drive home. Or Sunday, I drive home. So can I stay at your place on Friday night?
Yeah. And Sunday night, if you want to leave for on Monday.
Let's see how we're doing on time.
Yeah.
Because I don't I don't know. We'll see.
Bobby Taylor, I didn't even see you
I
sneak in,
appreciate it.
son. Yeah. You're not going to that, are you, Jeremy? That's too far away for you, right? The picnic that Pep and Foxanne are throwing.
Yeah, if it's in Wisconsin, that's it's
Yeah,
a bit fun.
it's a bit of a haul.
Yeah.
It's not the ALA. The ALA is a whole nother level of snobbish people.
I'm so far behind on everyone and everything. Yeah.
Well, Lefty said the ALA, and maybe that's all that said it. But the ones that just do fancy guppies. The International Fancy Guppy Association, the IFGA. And they're like really huge snobs. They will not give you any of their fry because they want to be the ones that always win their category every time. So they like hoard their fish forever, and then they refuse to allow like the Asian strains of guppies in because they're superior to the old guard guppies from 50 years ago, but they don't want to compete against them, so they can just keep winning their brackets. You know, they're solid yellow, they're solid red.
Right.
They have one category called the AOC, which is a all colors or something, all of the colors. And that's where you can get multiple colored guppies from the Asian lines, but all of them are bracketed into one group. It's unbelievable. So you have solid colors, tuxedos, which are black bodied. You have the different fin or tails. So like my sword tails count, my sword tail guppies. But yeah, otherwise, my Japanese blue Moscow or my Japanese blue guppies, blue tails, actually won the blue competition, but he did not say they were Japanese blue tails. He said they were just blue guppies, and he was able to win with them.
Hey, Katie and Jake, what's going on?
Hi, you guys.
Hi, Mary.
I tried going out some guppies in my 4500 gallon, but I haven't seen them in a while, so I don't know what's going on.
Was there anything big in there?
Yep.
Coincidentally, the
Well, we
fish
need-
weren't as hungry as usual, but
We could just get rid of all your big fish. I think it would really look good to have a 4,500 gallon tank filled with guppies.
sometimes I get comments where they'll say like, "Oh, you should put X number of thousand of like whatever neons or something small in there." But I'm thinking like the number they come up with, it's always not nearly enough. Like 10,000 would look like nothing in there. But then when you finally get to a number where you'd actually could see it, the cost would be astronomical. I mean,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
then
it's
you
like-
might lose everything anyway. I mean, or a good chunk of it,
it
depending
just,
on
yeah, I
what
mean,
you look at it as.
you'd have to be able to get them wholesale, you know what I mean, for sure. And even then, it's like it would cost a mint even at that, you know. It's like,
Well,
and what's
I'll
the
bring you
lifespan
6
anyways on a what's that?
Neon?
on a neon tetra is 8 years.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Is it? Okay.
But
Yeah.
most of the tetras and small fish are like 1 to 3. So
Yeah,
I
Neon's,
should be able to start supplying the hobby with parrot cichlids pretty soon because I have 2 pairs in there breeding away nonstop. So I don't know how many of their young will be able to pull it off in there, but
like not the blood parrots, but the true.
yeah, real parrot cichlids. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of blood parrot. They don't do anything for me. Looking at them, I just like they make me. I don't know. I don't see the appeal of those at all.
Yeah, they're just big. They're big and derpy, which that's what is they're people like about them that do like them.
I mean,
he loves them.
I see
Yeah,
people
Oinky.
talking about like people who love them, they're trying to feed them and they can't eat properly hardly because their mouth is so weird and their body's all jammed up, and I don't know. And aren't they like sterile or something like there's some weird thing about them, right? Like
Partially, yeah, like they're like half the population is sterile. Like you can
yeah,
get every now and again, you'll get a couple that will breed, and I think that's how they can keep the numbers up because I mean you can only get so many whatever fish they're using to make those. I know Midas is one of them.
Convicts.
And convicts,
Isn't
maybe,
it?
yeah.
I think it's a convict and a red devil. I thought.
Or red devil.
yeah. I remember when
think Midas.
people were breeding like Texas cichlids with Midas or something, trying to get a red version of it, and just like the aggression of those things, they were just like like hyper aggressive at everything. It was just like an abomination of a fish,
Yeah, you get those every now and again. I keep going back to OFR, but they brought in
Yeah.
some catfish that
Yeah, I just saw that.
they are not doing well. They came
Their
out
eyes
kind of
are bulging
lumpy.
out of their head, their gills are curled, and it just
Yeah, it's not good.
and they don't look good either. They look like an abomination.
Yeah, right. But
Even if they
somebody
were
wanted to try
healthy.
it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like just because you can doesn't mean you should all the time. It's like,
Right. Mandarin wants to know: are paradise fish more hardy than betta fish? And I'd say yes. Paradise fish are pretty hardy. They're a little bit on the mean side, but or not mean, but aggressive.
yeah, for a second I was thinking like I remember when there was like a dwarf gourami that was like a sunset or rainbow dwarf gourami or something. I remember when they first came out, they were kind of touch and go, but I think they're pretty solid now. But that's not a paradise fish, anyways.
Yeah. Paradise
It
are
just,
in the same family, though, right? If I remember right.
yeah, it was made me think about that, but they are different. So
Everything's more hardy than a betta right now. Bettas are a mess. They've really messed up that species. You can go honestly, Mandarin, if you want. They're not near as pretty, in my opinion, but although others would argue me, but if you get the wild type, the wild
yeah,
caught,
like the cots, right? The wild ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, those are still. They haven't messed them up yet. You could go with those, but they don't have the fancy fins or the weird colors. So I mean, if you're cool with that, it's towards Mary.
You know what? I already have Jason's head done. I think.
What's that like, buddy?
I just hope Ed never gets like suspected of some crime where they like tap his phone and Ed's like, yeah, I got a room full of heads, and they're just like, we're gonna get this, we're gonna nail this guy to the wall. He's a serial killer.
Aquariums maintained by Andy. Hello, hello. Yeah, they are like mules. Mules are all sterile though. And Katie and Jake like blood parrots, as does Oinky. Oinky's a big fan.
Now, is there a different one? Like it's something like an ice blue blood parrot or something. Like it's
That
like
is, I
They
don't
have
think
those.
that's. Is that a blood parrot or is
They have those little polar parrots.
yeah, polar
yeah,
parrot.
they
Isn't
look
it like a
more
mix
like
of a
convict to
convict
me.
and something else?
Yeah, they look a lot like
Yeah.
a convict.
They look to
Yeah.
me better than regular blood parrot type stuff. They seem less derpy, but
Oh yeah, they're super cute, really. Let's see. I think I took a
I only
photo
ever
of one
saw.
about
Only time
5
I ever
years ago.
saw them one time on KG Tropicals was doing kind of like a thing where people would come up and show their tanks, on his live
Yeah.
stream, I think. And someone had a bunch in a tank there, and they actually looked good in that tank, but they're small though, so I don't know if they stay that way or what, but they look pretty good.
Saw them the first time I went to Dalton, Georgia. Took pictures. So that was a few years ago.
So Lefty says, what we've learned here tonight is Whip hates betta and tetras. And that's not true on either one. I love betta fish. I'm not going to buy anymore until they fix them. Bettas are kind of like the mini version of a cichlid where I can get fairly well attached to them because they come right up to the glass on you. They're like, hey, happy to see you, doing the little dance. Um, and then they live a year and a half. I mean, Jesus. I don't like that. And especially now with the designer ones, it cost you $80 and they only live a year and a half. Nah, I'm good. And I have Tetras. One of my favorite Tetras in the world is one of the most common ones, the Serpe. They can get a little bitey, but that's all right.
You got silver dollars too, right?
Yep.
It's a type of Tetra.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Same
That's how I
family.
learned.
The what is it? Starts with a C, caridons or something like that.
Keith says wild types of Vetas are cool. I know there's a lot of them out there that'll do like them.
Holy crap! I've been making shorts for a long time.
I probably went through 5 betas in my first paradise fish. Yeah, I believe that. Beta
I went
Macrosama
almost 4 years
are
straight
beautiful.
making 2 shorts a day.
Christian, what's going on? Hey guys, hope I didn't miss all of the good stuff. Nah, we had just been shooting the shit. Polar blue, yep. And but they look a lot like convicts to me, like almost identical. Their mouths are just kind of a little bit further down on their face. I have albino blood parrot breed though. I've seen. Well, there's a lot of people. There was a dude that was
Oh, that's a
breeding them like crazy. He was at a school and he was just pumping them out. This freaking internet.
can't find it.
They were just pumping out blood parrots. So they're not all sterile. See, now flower horn, I dig just because some of the patterns that come on a flower horn are unbelievable. I have one upstairs. It's a female though. I'm pretty sure it's a female because she's only this big after 3 years. And I mean that doesn't mean anything really, but there's no nupple hump or anything. So
Whip, I got to ask you, did you see a video from Cichlid Bros where they went to someone's house and all that dude kept was flower horns? Like,
I think I saw like I think they made a short out of it. I didn't see the whole episode, but I saw a
you should
short.
watch the long because like that dude had. I mean, I'm not into flower horns, but he had so many huge tanks full of flower horns. I mean, he had a ton of them all over his house, but it was done at a very high quality. Like he had themed his whole basement and everything with the tanks as part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sweet.
I will check that out.
I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't even like
watch-
flower horns, but I liked the episode just because the guy did such a great job with everything. You know?
Right. Yeah, yeah. I get that. Hey, there's John. Hey, select that bud.
I can only imagine how much better it would be if I was actually into the same fish too. You know.
Jake loves tetras. I don't know if that's sarcastic or not, Katie. Cherokee? Cherokee?
Yeah, Caridins, Cherokins.
Sheridan. Yes.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, same family.
Same family. They
Even
just
like
funky.
I think like maybe even Paku or no, not Paku. There's some big fish that get in there. Like maybe it's Parada might be in the same family too.
Piranha are
One of the
definitely a
tetras.
tetra. Yeah.
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 And
Guppies are
maybe in
hit
the
or miss.
Paku, there's a bunch of big ones. Yeah.
A lot of people struggle with guppies. I don't know why that is, but like.
Well, you're not supposed to hand feed them.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing
Throwing
wrong.
that out there. And Endlers are a lot tougher than guppies. Did they say something about endlers there? If you really want to learn how to do guppies and you're having a hard time, do endlers first,
That's what he said.
and
He
you'll
said
be able to.
Endlers are
Okay.
better. Yeah.
They're a lot tougher.
See, now Lefty's having better luck. He said even the tumor bettas he got from Lisa lasted 3 years. I haven't had honest to God, Lefty, I have not had one live to the 2 year mark. And I have tried multiple times. I'm like, I just can't do it. I can't spend the money and put the emotional investment into it just to have it die on me.
I'm trying to think.
That's why
Would
when
Stephen P's video be the same if it was the Endler mosh pit?
It wouldn't have the same ring, would it?
Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah, well, that's why guppies are better.
Yeah, and
Guppies and endlers are basically the same.
Nathan's
though, honestly.
breeding the zebra Daniels like crazy.
The endlers can handle a lot colder water. That's why I put endlers in this tank, so I don't have to put a heater in here.
Yeah. My internet cuts out every now and again. I don't know why that happens, but
Look, I put a screw in Jason's neck. So now I could secure his neck into his body.
hey. Yeah, but Dennis, I don't think they automatically. Maybe I could be wrong. Don't because I don't know. I'm not an expert on flower horn, but I think you have to do something. Like you have to. I've heard where they have to like almost injure their head to make it swell up because if they when predatory fins brings them in that giant noggin that they have oftentimes shrinks back down. I'm not sure what that is all about.
No, oh gosh, what was that? I remember hearing about, was it a type of food or man?
And Mary agrees with you, Jeremy. They were beautiful.
There was some way to make that noogle a lot bigger.
Yeah, right.
Term. But I think it was like with food.
Huh.
But I don't remember.
Oh, they were serious. Jake loves the Tetra. I like Tetra, but I mean, they got to be compatible with cichlids. I mean, not with Oscars, obviously, but like right now, I have Tetra in with electric blue Acara, and there's I always forget the name, the type of geo that's in there. Geophagus is in there, but one of these days it'll stick in my head and I'll be able to tell you. We do endlers here, lots of them, and just regular guppy. I have regular guppy now because I never culled them. So the blue on blue, whatever they were called at the pet store, have just morphed into feeder guppies, basically. Jesus, 10 years. Well, that's probably about what you're doing, isn't it, Ed? I mean, how many years have you been in that house? 7?
I moved to Tennessee in 2006. I think I've been here about 7 years.
Well, if it was 2016, that's 9 years.
Well, it took me 2 years at my mom and dad's to find this place because I stayed at their house for a couple of years searching because I was having a heck of a time finding a basement and some land. It was like it's either basement or land, but there was not. Both of those two are like premiums out here. Unless I moved to Georgia, and I almost moved to Georgia.
No. Oh, no. John, that's not good. Accidentally left my tanks filling 12 plus hours. Plecos were swimming around on the fish room floor, and I think I lost all my Kalmani swordtails. Ugh. That stings.
I'm sorry, John. It's probably part of the problem with being a guy from Kentucky.
Hey, there's Nancy B. Hey,
Damn,
Nancy
shots
B.
fired.
Nancy B.
Right.
Tennessee.
Not even across the bow. That was a direct hit.
I'm just thinking, what was the chance that Ed ended up moving down to Chattanooga, to match up with his channel name and everything. That was pretty.
Yeah.
No, well, and I was like, if I wouldn't have hurt my back, a cat.
That's
If it wasn't
the boss. What do you call him? Oh man, my brain doesn't work.
My
Your
assistant?
assistant. Yeah, your assistant.
The brains of the operation over here.
if it wasn't for me hurting my back, I'd be in Huntsville right now. Because I had accepted a promotion to move to Huntsville. So I'd be closer to Chattanooga.
There he is.
Wow.
Oh, you guys.
That cat-
Lefty got his cat on the screen yesterday. And that cat, I think, had it been just a little bit bigger, might have killed Lefty right there live on air. He was not happy.
I believe it.
So Nathan says it's extremely high protein, heavy foods help with the hump.
So it is. I thought it was protein, but I wasn't for sure. Thanks, man.
I know the club will. They're talking about the clubs near them. The flower horn needs extra protein. Yep. Sorry, Nathan, I was taping the same when you were.
Now, is there also something where they try to they put mirrors and they put objects for the flower horn to fight with and interact with that they think also swells it up?
So that's what I was thinking,
Well-
because it was like something physical was going on to make them blow up too.
Because I know with a
Well,
lot of the large fish, like say peacock bass, when you have a dominant male and you have a subdominant male, and when the subdominant gets close in size to the dominant one, he'll switch his colors to match. Only the dominant male will have like the really, really bright colors, And then if he doesn't sort of win the sparring, he'll actually revert back and kind of look like a female. He'll dull himself down.
What a loser.
So he doesn't get any more heat,
I used to hang out with the flower horn guys at Aquashella that would compete every show with each other, and they had so many tricks. But to fire them up, they would bring them in totes with another fish, and they normally would get something like a parrot or something like that and put it in with them, so that he would be all bright colored and everything like that fish. And then they would take him out and put them in the tanks. And there's this one that was turned completely black, and it was stressed out, and that's why it turned black. It wasn't supposed to be black, but it was all freaked out, so it turned real dark black.
Christian
got
says
points
there's some
away
good fish stores in Chattanooga. You can confirm that, yes?
I'll now say I like 3 out of 4. Knoxville has 2 monster size ones.
I've heard you talk about the aquarium you got there, Ed, downtown.
Yeah,
it's
our
awesome,
aquarium's
Jeremy.
right downtown.
Yeah.
You got to do a nice video on that. When we really show the detail, I'd like to see that.
I was making a series, and then I never released them. I was going to do 10 monster fish at the Tennessee Aquarium that you could have for your fish tank, and all these different types of videos I was slowly making, and then I never put them together.
This whole tank was inspired by the Chattanooga aquarium. They had a Lake Tanganyika display, and I'm like, "Ooh, I like that." They had a list of the fish that were found in that lake that they had, and I'm like, "Oh, I could do that one. I could do that one." I mean, some of them got too big, but and of course their aquarium is Jeremy's aquarium size, whereas mine is like 130.
It's
So I had
taking
to
me
be
forever to
careful of what
build
I
it,
got.
but I'm looking forward for the Tanganyika tank because I know that for the longest time I never gave it a lot of thought, and I just sort of associated Lake Tanganyika with just frontosa and shell dwellers. But I've been doing a lot of research on how I want to stock it, and or I guess trophies. So I don't know about them, but I found all kinds of cool fish. I at first I wasn't sure if I'd be able to find enough that I really enjoyed, but it's been more than that. It's like probably wouldn't even put all the ones that I found that look good, because
Yeah, right.
there's a bunch. There's a lot
I
of sites
am
that you don't see. Like if you're just looking at regular fish sites, you don't see a lot of these fish. But once you start finding like Dave's and some of these specialty places, and you see what else is out there.
Right. Yeah, Dave's is a good place. I found all the fish I wanted, and I just couldn't pull the trigger because the price tag was a little bit steep for me. But they
Yeah, like Tampa
definitely
Bay
had.
Cichlids, Dave's, Imperial, that other guy down in South Carolina. You start putting them all together, you get quite a few options there.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna write a letter to
Noel.
my
Hey,
aquarium.
Noel, how you doing?
I'm kind of disappointed with my Tennessee aquarium. They've gotten rid of two of my favorite exhibits over the years,
See you
and
later,
they've
Jason.
it was crap. Bye, Jason.
Because they didn't know what they were doing, Mandarin. Why did Walmart stop selling fish? Because they were just killing 90% of their stock, and what didn't die there died at home.
Yeah,
And
they
they were
actually
getting
made PetSmart and Petco look like geniuses. Like
Yeah.
like a
they were
AAA
getting a lot of
operation.
criticism too. I mean, like everybody was giving them crap about it, not just the fish fam, but like everybody.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was.
I'm not a puffer person, so I know you're laughing, so I know you weren't kidding. You're kidding, but they're not from the lake, are they? Aren't Mbu,
No,
from
they're
that?
from they're like rivers in Congo area.
Yeah. So
I
no.
got two puffers from Walmart. They were pea puffers, but I got them.
John says, I went to tonight's fish club meeting saying that I'm not going to buy anything. I've got a tank of goldfish now. Good old trying to raise someone else's bid up. Ah, I got
Oh no, that's the worst.
Whoops.
The club friends like that, who needs enemies, right?
Right.
Was that the Bluegrass Club or one of the others?
Nancy says, I was disappointed in the native fish selection at the Tennessee Aquarium. It had really been downsized before I got to go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest. That was my favorite display they had. They had a huge Native American area, and they pulled it out, put in a big stream type tank, which was nice, but a lot less species to look at. And then they put in a stupid pet your sturgeon here area. They took out about 50 tanks for that petting my sturgeon.
Which always goes
Yeah.
horrible. I mean, whether it's freshwater or marine, because people are sticking their hands in there. God only knows what they've had on their hands.
Well, they used to have a petting the sturgeon tank that was about the size of this room I'm in. Like 8x8, real small little tank where you could pet like 5 of them. And now it's like 15 feet long and just stupid because you pet one sturgeon, you pet them all. You don't need to feel those for the rest of your life. So I was pretty upset. And I'm sorry, Nancy. I wish they would have had that area for you because that truly was my favorite. And before that, we used to have an amazing area. It was about 2,000 square feet of nothing but seahorses. And I bet you they had like 20 some tanks of different types of seahorses and sea dragons and stuff like that. It was an amazing exhibit. And they pulled that out and added that area to a place where you can rent for wedding receptions and stuff. So those were my 2 favorite things, and they took them both out.
So Nancy says there's a section of the lake that does have moved puffers. We were discussing if they were river fish or lake fish when some girl told us, actually, all these fish are freshwater. Correct.
It does narrow it down, yeah.
Yeah.
Nancy, if it was me, I would have, my fault, all those fish would be at my house. I have no
Now,
fish.
if your pool was converted into a rec pond, they could have moved them there.
Yeah.
Natives.
Could you imagine
Yeah,
you'd have the whole pool full of native fish like that? Just
they'd
in
all
there
be,
breathing.
yeah, I think I'd need to grow some plants.
You could do that.
I'd have to do a jungle val through the whole pool.
That
I
would
think
be
I'd rather
badass.
just be able to swim, guys.
There's Ross in Baltimore. You can swim. What do you mean that? Just like swimming in a lake. You never swam in a lake before?
I do stretches and stuff in there. Man, you guys got to go over to Ross Baltimore's channel and check out. He's got an African peacock that's called a raspberry blue or something. It is one of the prettiest Africans I've ever seen.
Check that out.
Nice job, Ross.
I got one of his blue phantoms, right, Ross? Oh, man. I should know that. Yeah, it's blue phantom. And it's very nice looking. It's a
In fact,
pleco.
I'm going to go to Ross's right now and check it out.
I got some cool new natives at our club meeting this month. 2 different, whatever word that is, black banded sunfish and a PR of a pair of bluefin killies. Killies are one that I don't know if I ever want to do. I know
This thing is called.
I know them both a little bit. Like I know I've met Stephen P in person and Bougie's been on my channel. If that answers your question. Ross said, thank you. He said, I've been working on my OB colors for 4 years.
Okay, I won't play the video, but I just found a photo of it. If you want to pop, look at that thing. Isn't that freaking amazing?
Lefty told us how to make this thing blow up, but I can't remember what he told us. He said there was a gray box or something.
Oh, yeah?
Click on enlarge.
My response. Is it my responsibility to do that?
No, I think it's mine, but I don't see it.
I've got a plus sign.
Look at.
What am I looking at?
Well, okay. Right in the middle of what I'm sharing is called it's a raspberry blue OB dragon peacock cichlid. Do you see it? Yeah, well, it's a little bigger.
Yeah, that's the best I can do.
Isn't that pretty?
She's very pretty. Definitely a he.
Oh, yeah. You want me to make it move for just 1 second?
Make it move for 1 second.
There. Did you see that?
That was only half a second.
Well, I don't want to get you demonetized.
I'm not monetized.
Somebody else's. Okay, Ross, I hope we have your permission. Hey, Ross, is it okay if we show your short?
I want to see your shorts, man. You can play the video.
Little Calvis there. Nice.
Oh, a great big loach there.
Yeah.
It's fancier than a yo-yo, but you can almost see it. It's not a.
Yeah, he
What
likes
kind
to
of
be right
loach
there
is
front and
that?
center, too.
Kubocha loach.
A what?
I think it's a kubocha.
Okay.
I've had one before. I'm just trying to remember the name. Start with a K, I think. They get
That's
big.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, look, it's as big as those.
No, that's not full size at all. At all, they get much bigger.
Well,
Oh, wow.
Ross is saying it's just a yo-yo, so
Hmm.
that does
Well,
not
you
look
can-
like a yo-yo to me.
See, you can kind of see the 0 or the O's and the Y's, but you can't see the
Yeah.
yo right. You know, the O in the back and the Y's are there, but not in the front. He looks like maybe he's a hybrid with two different loaches because he's so pretty.
I don't think Ross would
Yeah.
have that in his tank.
Now I got to look up the kind I had. Okay.
If you want to have your shorts audited on our channel, come pop them for us.
Yeah, loaches are, other than coolies, I might have had a dojo way, way, way long time ago, maybe. Like I have a vague memory of having one. Botia, Kubate, Kubatai.
I'm gonna look it up because I'm curious.
They look like a
let's see,
fancier yo-yo. Nancy has a few.
I have gold loaches, yo-yo loaches, and zebra loaches.
Oh,
I have. Oh,
That
and I
particular-
got Hillstream loaches.
that particular one has tried to see if the water was bluer on the other side and found out that it in fact was not. It's no longer with us.
Oh, sorry, partner. So yeah, I have 4 types of loaches.
4.
Yeah. See, that's more. I'm probably after Live Bear. I mean, I can break it down, I guess. I've got mollies and guppies. I've got inlers. A couple of swordtails. Two big Bisher. Yeah, I think that my Corys, I don't have that many types of Corys. I have a lot of Corys, but they're all the same type. So really, loaches are my number 2 fish. That's weird. Or
I
what are
have
those? Oh no, they're gobies. I got a goby also.
Huh. What the heck is going on here?
I don't know. I probably have 5 different types of snails.
Fish one right there. I have, if I can open it up. The only thing I have a ton of is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different species of Cory in my 75.
Wow. That's awesome. Jeremy probably literally has a ton of fish.
Yeah, but like you only have 1 or 2 different species of Cory, right?
Me?
Me or Jeremy?
Yeah. Didn't you put like 1 type in 1 or 2 types in your big tank, your 1200?
Oh, it has a collection of misfit Corys in there. One time I actually went to I don't know, was it Petco or a PetSmart or something? I forget why I was even there, but it wasn't for fish. It was, I think it was probably for the dog or something. But I decided to go walk back in the fish area, and they had this goofy like tank next to where they bag fish, and it had a bunch of goldfish, but then it had like 6 koi cats in it, and they're all different types. Somebody had surrendered it to them,
Oh,
and I was just asking the guy about him, and he's like, "You want them?" And I was like, "Well, how much?" He's, "Oh, you can just take them. That someone's gave them to us, whatever." And so I took those guys. I still have them. So they're in the 1,200 gallon. I've had those guys for a long time. But the discus tank's got a breeding colony of stirby, and it's got also albino. I guess they're albino koris aren't they a type of
Aeneas.
stirby? Or Aeneas, yeah, you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
So those, and then I got some orange Venezuelans. So
I can't keep those. I have 1 or 2 left. I keep buying them, and they keep dying on me. So I don't know. They must not like the temperature or the hardness of the water or something. But
I'm gonna
not a
buy a
fan.
bunch of orange Venezuelans from Jeff Kane. I've just been waiting for him to get big enough,
Yeah.
but for the 1,200 gallon, because there's only like 6 or 8 quarries in there, which is you put a lot more.
Zebra loaches are brownish.
Yeah, I think the one I had was a coop, like a Bocha Kubatai loach, but the size I'm seeing is not anywhere near the size mine was. So I don't know.
Ed Whip, I think the box looking thing, right corner, if you click on it. I had to go, mine isn't a box, it's 3 dots is what made it go up bigger. Loaches are awesome. I have yo-yos, and I'm at the bottom again. Yeah, loaches are really cool. We lost Jeremy.
It's okay.
I think he's getting another drink. I've been
I'm
toying
gonna
with that
drink
idea
too.
myself.
Look.
There's this. So my cat's a female. There's this. I don't know if he belongs to a neighbor or what, but there's this male cat that's just keeps setting off all the motion lights outside. Just
Oh.
he's going around the whole house from door to door to door to door.
Let me in.
And my cat's like following on the inside. It's annoying.
Well, I think we've gone 2 hours.
Awesome possum.
We'll wait for
And I made some heads. Or I made some glasses. I didn't make the heads. I got to get some skin paint to paint his.
You gonna keep his glasses yellow like that?
Yeah, he said he wanted gold rims.
Oh,
So
well, there you go.
Lefty gets his gold rims.
What is the
When
best
Lefty-
snail for eating the aquariums? What is the best snail for eating? The best good God, what is the best loach to eat snails? Is that the dojo?
Any of them, right?
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't
all
know
of them
enough
are
about 'em.
equal.
Yeah, they're all.
Probably. Yeah. A big one.
Yeah, they get one of that,
The
like the
bigger he is,
red
the
tail
more he's gonna eat.
bocha. Gets like a foot, right?
Oh, really?
They might get
'Cause
too
the
big.
dojo gets pretty big too.
But yeah, I think any of the loaches are going to be equally as good because they just love eating the snails. Now, here's a question for you. My dad just hit me with this like a half hour ago or a half hour before your show. He said, "Hey, can you look at my tank? Something's going on in it." And I looked in there, and he's got hair algae growing all over his plants. What would you guys do to get rid of hair algae? It's a 17-gallon tank.
I got a bristle nose. I got 7 bristle nose, and they took care of it.
Yeah, this is a small tank.
Reduce the lighting intensity and get rid of all those extra nutrients you got in there.
Yeah, you're overfeeding. Or he
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I bet he is, because he just asked me. He needed me to restock his food too. Good point. Okay, thanks, guys.
Yep, overfeeding and too much light. I have hair algae issues all over the place, but that's because I intentionally overfeed so that the ground dwellers can get food. But I probably could stop
Can you
doing
feed
that
at
now.
night? You could
Just
probably feed
before
at
the
night.
just before the lights go out, usually. Like the lights turn off automatically at 10, and I feed 9:30, quarter to 10. Hey, Pep.
Oh my God, it's Peplin.
Yep.
Peplin, our ties came in today, and they look freaking amazing. I think it's the best looking tie I own. It is. They are so sharp. Oh man, photo doesn't do them justice at all. It's like taking a picture of a really pretty fish, and it looks like crap. You know.
Yep.
I mean, man, these ties are on fire.
Well, I think I'm going to pull the plug here, people. If you guys want to talk behind the curtain, that's fine. We can do that. But I think everybody's had enough of us.
I gotta feed
Although
my
the
fish
numbers are
before it
going
gets
back
too
up
late.
again. But what?
I have to feed my fish before it gets my lights go out.
Oh yeah.
Give them
All
a
right.
chance to catch the last 3 hours of the auction.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Don't forget about the auction, everybody. Skipper's got the auction going on over there. I'm sure he's got some good stuff. If you're looking for anything, and we'll see you all next week, hopefully. Bye.
Night.